My name's Joesef Franklin Walker. I would like to help Richard Miller out with his project for teaching the youth on his free online program, or if it's not free or whatever. But I'd like to be part of a free online program to help the youth learn things they need for the future. And I also have a few projects I need help with. I need contacts with. I need his contacts, and so I need his trust. So I'm reaching out to you for an interview if you'll call me. But I'll tell you a little bit about myself and a little bit about the things I've come across the past 10 years that, and in recent months, that have come to light, and there's opportunity for it to happen now, that with all these things that are taking place. I'm an occultist, theoretical metaphysician. I grew up in a restaurant and around customer service, and then I installed carpet, so I was in people's houses every day of my life. And I'm sorry if I'm not looking at the camera. I do better looking out my front yard and across the street when I'm talking. But I grew up working my entire life since I was 9, and I got into the occult and metaphysics and spirituality and magic when I was 11 years old, and studied it and practiced ritual magic and stuff like that till I was about 17, and then I got it on to the drug scene here in my little town of Rogers, Arkansas, right next to Bentonville, where the Walmart headquarters is. So I went off on a tangent there for several years before I actually got back into studying politics and things like that when I was 24. And since then I've been I didn't get on the internet until 2009, and then I made a YouTube channel in 2011, I believe, and I've had a YouTube channel since then, and have been avidly studying astrophysics, space weather, earthquake forecasting, metaphysics, like the left-hand path, demonology, all the religions I'd studied prior to my drug stint in when I was a teenager. But all this new stuff's come out. The Necronomicon stuff from the Cthulhu and things like that, and the ancient gods. Ancient Aliens was one of my favorite shows on History Channel. I'm a big time History Channel watcher, and conspiracy theorist nut. And so what else? I've done commentary on YouTube. You can check out my videos by going back to the homepage of this video link, and check out my Mr. Mission Control channel, where I've done commentary for about 2 years. I'm doing this video right off the fly after I got off the phone with Dr. Miller. I'd hoped he'd talk with me longer, but he's got his computer problems that he's working out, and I tried to help him with that day before yesterday. And so I need his trust so I can help him with what I can do is grant writing, or I need help starting to write grants for all the things that I need to do for my nonprofits, or the nonprofits I want to form in the future. I want to help mentally disabled, uh, homeless people that are in trouble with the law, through a diversionary program. I've got this farm over here my uncle owns in the middle of Bentonville that can be uh, developed into a diversionary housing uh, program unit and education facility. But I need the go-ahead from the legislators and the law enforcement and the courts to go ahead with, so I could write grants to get funding for that. It's going to be, a $5 to $7 million project, But other than that, my colleague in Portland, Oregon, close to where Mr. Miller is from, is working with legislators and lawyers to, and he's disabled. I'm disabled, and I'm mentally disabled, and he's got Asperger's autism, and he's an avid pursuant of psychedelic research, and he's trying to get legalization for medicinal herbs and psychedelic treatment for health conditions and mental conditions legalized in Oregon for research and treatment purposes. And he's trying to get an old museum converted back into a hospital for that purpose. And he's needing help. And I found out yesterday that to apply for a 501(c)(3) it is $600. Huh. So I don't have $600. I live on disability check. I'm unemployed. I've been unemployed since January. And I laid carpet up until the winter of 2018, where I got a herniated disc and arthritis, and I no longer could install carpet. So, then I started doing commentary, and I've got just 2 people on YouTube that send me money every once in a while, but it's not an income or anything like that. Just little gifts of $20 to $30 here and there. But so my YouTube channel's only got about 430 subscribers. I've been shadow banned because I do cuss a lot, but I've been shadow banned for the topics I choose to cover, and I can't get my subscriber base up. It's slowly climbing, but it's a long and hard journey without getting a shout out from a bigger channel. And I'm thinking of reaching out to one of these other channels for an interview or a shout out if I can get some popularity. I'm not all that great at public speaking, but I can write a really good. I'm a good creative writer, and let's see, I've got 11 Facebook groups that I've created. One's real successful, and a couple others are pretty successful. My most successful one is Deep State Watchdogs, with about 1,900, 2,000 members. And it's a right-wing political group covering, everything the Deep State does. And then I've got some metaphysical groups and a couple pages, and a couple of pages are involved with these nonprofits. I've got one, a medical marijuana fund for disabled people that don't have the money to go to the dispensary. They can call, get a hold of the fund and get monies out of the fund for that. I need a 501(c)(3) for that. I've got a Center for Psychedelic. I'll leave links in this letter that I'm writing with this video. And I've got a Center for Psychedelic Treatment for Mental Health that I need a 501c3 for. And what else I got? Several other things, but my friend Stephen in Oregon that's working with legislators has got a group called Coalition for the Religious Practitioner for Disabled Persons, and he's going to need a 501c3 for that organization, or you know, help with funding. We need help with grants eventually when we get these things off the ground and running. And I think Mr. Miller has the contacts and know-how and avenues that we need to go down to accomplish what we're setting out to do, as well as help him with his goals. He wants to mainly teach the children, and I have ideas, and Stephen has ideas on how to teach this new generation that's needing schooling right now, and they're not able to get to school, and they're having to do everything online. You know, and those that are going into college that need good college programs, I can help develop criteria and classes that would prepare them for the foreseeable coming future and the future of their children, and what's to come with this solar catastrophe cycle that we're going into, and how to prepare for the climate change that's happening, and you know, the falseness of human-made global warming and stuff like that. But you know, not to be too politically correct or anything, but you know, how to navigate the social networks of the world, and things like that. Different criteria we could put classes together with, and find the people that can teach these classes and get them a paycheck through writing grants and having a sustainable grant funding base. You know, having several of us writing grants to several different places, just different. That would make it different styles of grants, grant writing for the same thing. You know, that would give us more chances to get money, or more money, more times out of the same organization or corporation, or whatever. You know, say if the government or corporation had 4 spots open for a grant, we could fill up 2 or 3 of those spots. You know, if there was enough of us grant writing, and I think Dr. Miller would appreciate that help, because I'm capable and Stephen's capable of writing grants. We just have to. I've got this book called Grant Writing for Dummies, and it outlines how to exactly write successful grants and stuff, and I've been researching it. But I do a lot of commentary writing in my groups and on Facebook, and I've got other social media, but Facebook and YouTube and Twitter are the main social media sites I stay on. And so that's what I do during the day. You know, I don't have anything else to do, but you know, but to help somebody like Dr. Miller, and at his age, you know, he needs all the help he can get from young guys like me. I'm 42, and just reached a point in my life where I want to make change. You know, I want to leave a mark on this planet who I am and what I intended for society and civilization to go on as after I'm gone, you know. So, but the new technology that I can bring to the table is this technology called linear Paul magnetism that David Allen Puchta developed at a San Diego, California area. And he's in jail right now for violating probation and got stopped in his tracks for making a cure for the coronavirus. He was making monatomic elements with salt water, ocean water, and electrolysis, and making biofuels and and, and, and monatomic elements and metals and new elements with it. And he claimed it could cure just about anything with what he was doing. He's got videos. I'll leave a link to his channel. And I want Dr. Miller to examine his channel and give me feedback as to how we can reproduce what he's doing, since I don't know if he's getting out of jail anytime soon or if his lab got stolen or confiscated. It had already gotten stolen once years ago, and he was just now getting back on his feet when he violated his probation somehow and got put back in jail. He's got some mental problems, like you know everybody does, but he almost ran a guy over in California one day, and the guy called the police, and he stuck around to talk to the police, and they arrested him for assault with a deadly weapon with his car. So let me think for a minute here. So yeah, I mean, me and Steven are fixing to take up grant writing for ourselves, but we won't need that for quite some time. But Dr. Miller seems like he could use it right now, you know. If we could practice on his grants for what he needs to get this online school off the ground, you know, and help him technology-wise, because we're pretty computer savvy, and you know, I make videos and I can edit videos, and I make text-to-voice videos and put video to it, and music and all kinds of stuff I do when I really sit down and put my mind to it. You can see a couple of those videos if you look through my videos. They're labeled emergency alert messages. So yeah, I do commentary, and I'd like to find a way to make a living, you know, doing what I do and doing all these groups and organizations. I have a knack for getting people organized and together and setting them in roles and letting them run the groups that I set up. And so far, several of my groups have taken off and are self-sustaining without me ever having to be around or post or make comments or anything. I just sit in the background and watch it run. You know, I've done that with lots of things, but I have yet to make a profit off of it. And you know, I'm disabled. I'm bipolar, schizoaffective disorder with ADHD, and I take an amphetamine called Vyvanse for my ADHD, and I take Invega for antipsychotic, a shot of paliperidone, suspended injection. I get once a month. But I've been stable for about 7 years, 8 years, since my last manic episode. And have manic episodes about conspiracy theories I'll go off on, and I'll think like that I'm some sort of demigod that can create earthquakes or something. And my problem is that I tell people about it, and I like to tell people about their problems I see in them. And I got myself in trouble and institutionalized a couple times within a couple months period of time of about 9 years ago. But when I was 22, I had started taking medication for my bipolar. But before that, when I was young, I had ADHD and I was taking medication for that. So I'm no stranger to the pharmaceutical industry, and what we're wanting to get legislation pushed, and I want to get legislation pushed here in Arkansas too, and I need to know how to go about doing it to get research for psilocybin, research for health reasons and mental health reasons research, and I need legalization for medicinal plant extracts and research things like that is what I want to get done, and a diversionary program and help for mental health care disabled people, and I want to teach the youth all the things they need to know that they're not getting taught in school, like Dr. Miller's pursuing. And so then the whole system will be self-run, you know. I want to set it up to where the system runs itself rather than being, what are we, $24 trillion in debt right now as a nation, when we could have a surplus if things were run correctly. So, you know, I don't know if we'll ever be able to pay off that debt. I think a currency reset is looming, and bank insolvency and pensions are gone, and all sorts of things are going to happen. There's going to be a lot of people hurting, and the looming food crisis is coming due to climate change and solar minimum, and we need to prepare for that and build aquaculture systems like Dr. Miller teaches. So, you know, if anything I can help get the word out there, I can help. I can make social media channels on the available platforms that my technology I have available to me is able to reach. Like I only have a simple government cell phone. This is a free cell phone I do all my videos on, and my computer's a 10-year-old computer that's having hard drive problems, but it still gets me by. But my son has a brand new computer that I can work off of if mine got compromised. But see, I need funds to I need subscribers to my channel so I can live stream and get super chats, because I can talk all day and all night about stuff and have an audience to throw me $5-10 here and there. Doing that for an hour or two a day would make me money enough to get my computer fixed and have my vices, you know, like my cigarettes and stuff that I need, and make me happy. I'm a humble guy. I'm not looking to get rich, but if everything I plan on doing in the next several years makes me rich, then so be it. But I don't think it will. So anyway, give me a call after you watch this video and talk with me and interview me for what Dr. Miller needs right now, and see if I can help him, and see if he can help me get a hold of some contacts I need for my programs and the things that I'm pursuing. But what I really need is right now, immediately, is some recognition on social media, so I can get super chats and live streams going to make a little bit of money, side money, to help sustain myself. So I can get a new computer, and with a new computer I can do, and a camera, I can do so much more things with. But I need some better technology, and he's working off of Windows 7. I don't see how he's doing it working off of Windows 7, because you at least need Windows 10 stuff for all these new uh, webcam cams and everything like that. So you give me a call. I'll leave my number in the letter and links to everything I'm talking about. But my phone number is 479-685-4948. And you can call me anytime, a day or night. Doesn't matter. I don't sleep a whole lot because of those amphetamines I take. Keep me going pretty good. And I have insomnia anyway. So if you want to have a late night chat or early morning chat, that's fine with me. Sometimes I'll be taking a nap around 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But other than that, I'm open for any type of conversation you want to have. So thank you very much, and I'll be here waiting for your reply.